Antrel Rolle joins the Spiegel Goff show. Antrel, how you doing?
Doing amazing. How's everything going?
We're good, man. We're good. Everything's fine. You know, I'm perusing Twitter during draft stuff, and all of a sudden I see a couple of tweets from you saying that not only did you thank the Bears and the organization for giving you a chance, and you talked a little bit about your injury, and you said that things are going to get back to where Antrel Rolle fans are used to seeing Antrel Rolle. Give us the business breakdown of what exactly happened, not just this year for you, but at the end where the Bears decided to go a separate direction.
Well, this year was a whirlwind. It was a very unfortunate injury. Like I said, it wasn't a self-inflicted injury. I was taken out by my own player. But it's a league, man. It's a game that, certain things are going to take place. It's all about how you bounce back and how you roll with it. Unfortunately, there's a different, room or margin, for players that's 22, 23, 24 than players that's 33 years old. And I understand that. I understand how it works. Every team wants to get younger. The philosophy is, the younger the better. I understand that. Do I agree? Not in all situations. But, that's the organization. That's how they work. That's how they wanted to work. And so, I'm a free agent now.
Antrel, really appreciated the conversations all year long, and know how much you pride yourself on staying healthy, how much you pride yourself on maintaining your nutrition and your body and everything. And yeah, that first injury, a defensive lineman, your own teammate, backed into you week 4. Then November 20th, that last play of the Friday practice when something happened, and now you've kind of opened up a little bit about that because you slipped, right? And that was where did that happen? How did that happen? And you think that the field that you slipped on might not have been the best, right?
Well, it happened actually the last play of practice on Friday before going to Denver's game. It was actually the first week where my ankle started to feel, at least, 60, 70%. So, I was obviously my ankle was taped up to the max. There's so much tape on my ankle where, it barely moves. There's a lot of restriction. And, I was just pretty much shuffling. I wasn't even running. I was just shuffling. And, I just tried to change direction, and I slipped on the surfaces. And, because of my ankle and because of all the tape, the only thing that was able to give was my knee. So my knee had to take on all that force and the impact. And, even the doctor said it's very unusual to find a tear that I had with a non-contact injury. But it was, because of all the pressure and, and all the force on my knee because my ankle couldn't really give, that it took place. And yeah, I think, the surface had a whole lot to do with it. And, it happens, man. It happens. It's a surface that, we've been practicing on all year long. A lot of guys slip, not just myself. It's just unfortunate that I had to deal with that injury.
A lot of people talk about the Park District and the maintenance of Soldier Field and how it's one of the worst fields in all of professional football. Do a lot of players talk about the facilities at Hallis Hall and the practice fields that you talk about? Because you just mentioned that a lot of guys slip. Does that happen often enough for guys to, have some murmurs like, this is not the best grade right here?
Well, I think that goes, without saying. The facilities are good, in Chicago. The fields are just not as good. I don't know the reason behind it. I'm a down south guy. I don't know, the soil level, or, how the maintenance and the upkeep works,
right.
in Chicago area. But, it's real hard to maintain and just be stable, under those conditions, But, I'm sure that they'll try to work and fix it. I always knew that Soldier Field was bad. I just never knew that, the facilities were, just as bad.
Welcome to our world, trying to figure that out. For years, man, we've talked about it. The water tables is like something they talk about, or the levels, like whatever you're talking about. I don't think I ever realized that Hallis Hall, though, had some of those issues up there. So this was a natural grass surface, Antrel. Maybe it's just trying to keep natural grass nice and solid in the fall in Chicago.
I'm not, like I said, I'm not sure how they can make that better. But that it is what it is. No one has the say to say, okay, well, we don't want to practice on this, or we don't want to do this. We have to go out there and perform. We have to go out there and just give it our all and do the best that we can do. It's like I say, it's just unfortunate, that I had that injury. And, I wish they can fix it, for the betterment of players there now and in the near future.
While healthy, do you think you made enough plays to warrant returning to this team?
What was that?
While you were healthy, do you think you made enough plays that warranted a return to this football program?
Well, in my opinion, you've asked me, yeah. But, obviously in their opinion, obviously I'm not there, so maybe they didn't think so. But, the thing that I say is I'm a realist. And, I'm not biased when it comes to myself or any other player. But, I have my perception of, the outlook on games and how things took place. And then, other people have their perception. And then, there's spectators, that may go off the word of other people, so forth and so on. But, like I said, when I saw myself out there playing, I was only able to play 3.5 games healthy. That's coming into a new system. That's coming to learn new players. That's coming to a lot of things that's new. So there's a lot of things that takes place with developing chemistry and being able to play and do the things, that you're used to doing. So, I never really got a chance to really develop that. Mm-hmm. But, it is what it is. Like I say, I know who I am as a player. I know who I still am as a player and what I can contribute. It's just unfortunate, that it won't be there. But it's all good. I'll find a way and I'll make the best of it. And whatever team I play, I hope Chicago's on the schedule.
Antrel Rolle joining us here on 670 The Score. When we talked to you last season, I talked to you a lot about injuries, and I brought up age quite often. And you, being a prideful dude and understanding that you only got so long before you can make yourself a career and make as much money as you possibly can, you took umbrage to a lot of that. Do you think at the age that you're at now, suffering the injury that you suffered, do you look at things in a different light, knowing that there's only a few more years, maybe a couple more years, maybe left in that career?
No, I look at things the same way. Like I said, I don't look at myself any different than any other player or any other situation. My age had nothing to do with my injury whatsoever. And even after sustaining the injury that I did, after going out and speaking to Dr. Andrews, he was amazed that I was able to come back as fast as I was. So if it had anything to do with age, maybe that wouldn't have been the case. But, like I said, I tried to go out there and do the best that I could and put it on the line, not for myself, but for my teammates. I felt like that was the best situation for us. That was going to give us the best chance to win. And when you go out there and you make a decision of that choice, you have to understand that there's not going to be any sympathy. So, they're not going to say, okay, well, let's give Antrel a chance or a break because we know he's not 100%. When you go out there, you better go out there and please believe that you're going to be judged as if you are 100%, and I know that. But at the end of the day, like I said, I'm a confident guy. I'm confident in my game. I'm confident in my skill set. And I still think when I came back and played with an injury, I think I still did a hell of a job, going out there and making things happen.
Well, we know you. We know you still believe you can play, and we'll get you. I'm sure you're looking to get yourself a chance. Some old haunts. You've been some places. The Giants. Some other places that you've been already. Maybe you go back. Where do you want to go?
It doesn't matter. I'm just trying to go out there and release a lot. Like I say, I'm not a guy that's really been too fond of injuries and even having to really deal with injuries. So that alone already gave me a chip on my shoulder, to begin with. That's why I attacked the offseason as hard as I did, this offseason. And now, with having to deal with the transition of being cut, that even puts a bigger chip on my shoulder. And, it's like I say, I like the Chicago franchise and the organization. I had a great relationship with all the coaches and players and general managers. So there's no hard feelings. I don't take anything personal. This is a business. This is a performance-based business. Due to my injury, I wasn't really able to perform, that year and really show what I can bring to the table. So I wasn't shocked by anything. But at the end of the day, I am who I am. I'm still a human being, and I definitely have a chip on my shoulder. And like I said, whatever team I go to, I hope that Chicago's on the table because I'm coming to bust their ass, and that's that.